Y'all are asking about Carti All Red. So what I have to say about that is that shit might actually drop September 13th if you ask me, because I think, look at this, if you go to Playboi Carti, but he could just be trolling. I really do think he could just be trolling because he sees what people are posting online and just to feed into the narratives and whatnot. But if you look, he is following 13 people now. He followed Rise of Carti, shout out him, Stealthy. But there was like that crazy theory that felt like a whole lot of Red days where he was wearing the, what was it, like here, Carti jersey. There was one picture where he was wearing 1, and there was one picture where he's wearing 3, the Iverson, the 76ers. Where's the 1? I think it was from the Orlando Magic right here. However, why I didn't like this theory at first is because Angel Reese, the WNBA player, he posted her on his Instagram story and she was rocking the 10 jersey. So it's like, okay, well, that kind of just threw that theory out the window. But hey, now Carti's getting into it saying, I'm following 13 people, y'all. I might be dropping on September 13th. And we already know what the label is trying to do, pay off these accounts. And yes, I know that for a fact. I talked to like people within these organizations. They were paid to say like rumored album dropping on September 13th. Now, I don't know if it's going to drop like a whole album. It seems like they're in rollout mode though, considering like there was that Billboard interview of Carti. Where was it? Right here, where he did a little shoot. There was an interview. As you can see on his do-rag underneath his hat, you can just barely see, but that is red. And then somebody did like a Photoshop thing where it basically is all red, but in the I Am Music font, the original one. So I feel like he's trying to kind of tease that all red's dropping September 13th. I cannot confirm that though, because as you know, like he could literally say I'm dropping on the 13th, and then on the 13th, literally nothing happens. He drops a fucking new thong that he's selling as merch with all red on it. And it's got like a little blood stain where you're supposed to have your man period, because you know how trans people be acting nowadays, acting like men can have periods. But enough of politics here. But in that interview, he also he said something about like Uzi and Yachty, or sorry, lack thereof. He did the opposite. They were asking him about it, about his relationship, and he was dodging the questions about relatively benign topics too, including his relationships with Lil Uzi Vert and Lil Yachty, 2 artists who have been involved in his career since his self-titled mixtape. Now, I'm not saying that they're beefing, because I feel like they probably are cool behind the scenes. He was probably just trying to, you know, not necessarily be like, he's the top dog now. He's bigger than both Uzi and Yachty. There's no question about that. Whole career wise, I'll still say Uzi got him just because of how big of an icon Uzi got, whereas Carti, he's the hottest in the game right now, but like it's more cultish. It's a smaller fan base, but it's just stronger. But I feel like he's probably just not trying to talk about them because he's trying to, you know, he's doing an interview for his project and like his raw life. He's like, why are y'all trying to talk about these other people? Like, it's me. I am the superstar right here. So I don't think anything shady is going on behind the scenes, but you know how turbulent Uzi and Carti's relationship has been. And Uzi, I think even in an interview with like Paparazzi, he was saying how, you know, he wants to be on Carti's project, but I don't know if Carti's going to give him that. And we also know that Carti was supposed to be on Pink Tape, and then he took his feature off like, you know, 2 weeks prior to that releasing, and then didn't send in a new verse. And Carti's like on a whole new level now where he's probably like egoing him a little bit, but I would still love to see Uzi on that project. I don't care too much about Yachty being on it, but Uzi would definitely be like a little round trip, like full circle moment. I would love to see that. I think everybody would. We all want that 1629 collab. Uzi was in the studio with Carti. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, so all red potentially dropping September 13th. Not confirmed whatsoever. Please do not trust all these Discord things, because I'm seeing people like post fake messages. I even talked to like Soul and some of the people who run that Discord server, and they're like, yeah, a lot of those messages like we never sent. And so they're just like, people are photoshopping it or like putting their profile picture and color of their role in those Discord servers, acting like they're them. And so people screenshot and post on Twitter and think that like, oh, Carti was in the studio with Laserdisc. Like, hell no, he wasn't. He's not giving Laserdisc a feature before Ken and Lone. I'm sorry, that's just not happening. And I feel like Laser low key, like kind of, I know that he got hacked and he doesn't have his socials right now, but I feel like, you know, his steam is running out a little bit. But I feel like that's all we really know. Oh yeah, you know, Timberland, because he was wearing Timberland shoes, saying album ready. They're probably just trying to capitalize on the hype and be like, yeah, we, you know, we and Carti, we got a little collab going. But in all reality, Carti just in New York rocking the Timbs. But yeah, stay tuned for new music. Watch him drop another exclusive drop on like YouTube or something. But I feel like All Red is a type of song where he kind of like, that's a big enough song, an anticipated song, and a banger, if you ask me, where like that shit will go crazy in the mosh pits from the outside looking in, at least. Although I almost jumped in the mosh pit when I was in New York, started like decking people like but I feel like that's a banger song that like he should release officially. #1 Billboard hit, I don't know, mysterious, but because Carti's been hitting those numbers, but as a feature or a collaborator with like Kanye or Travis Scott or The Weeknd, whatever, but like by himself, yes, he has hella hype, but I wouldn't say like by himself necessarily he can hit like a #1 status unless I don't know. Like I'm thinking like if he had Drake on it or Travis again or Kanye, like yeah, he could do it. But low key, I feel like he's gonna do what he did last project where he has a couple features. I feel like he's gonna be on Future's mixtape coming up, but maybe that's gonna delay the project too. I heard something about that where like that's dropping soon, so he's gonna delay his project. But we already knew that where like he's just hopping on features with all these big artists, you know, the OGs, the GOATs in the game, getting his monthly listeners up, it's basically free promo and he gets money from it, right? So that's the best way to do it. Why would you why would you hop on other people's features where you dilute your brand? Only hop on bigger people's music to get your numbers up, so that when you finally do drop, like you get the max amount of listeners. But I do feel like at this point people are less hyped. I mean, of course, no matter what, like when Carti starts posting, but like y'all remember the beginning of the year when Carti actually started getting active, everybody was freaking out, like ready to listen to every single song instantly, like the minute it dropped. But like now I feel like everyone's kind of, it's the boy who cried wolf. He posts, everyone's like, oh, this is cool. It gets posted online, or at least for me, maybe I'm just growing up and I'm an old head, but I'm like, man, just fucking drop music. Like we get it. You know, you're posting new fits with your jersey backwards and some Timbs, but like just do something. It's like the poking stick meme. Just like just drop something. I'm tired of all these pics, man. Drop an OnlyFans if that's what you're trying to do with just pictures, but we're looking for music. You're an artist. Is Carti actually dropping I Am Music this year? Oh, that was another thing that we had to go over. So there was another piece of information that came out where in the interview right here, it says, and this is not coming from Carti as a quote necessarily, but they probably have information because Billboard is a huge organization. And again, they talk to him, so they're not going to put out like misinformation. But also this has been done so many times where like in 2021, he was allegedly supposed to be dropping at the end of the year, like, music, not even I Am Music, just when it was still called music because Carti hadn't figured it out. But like the title, but it says right here, now in the midst of making his 3rd studio album, I Am Music, planned for release by year's end. So it's planned for release. Again, people think it's September 13th. I feel like that's going to be All Red, or if not, then I don't know. That would be a fire single though.